Oh yeah. Tell me who's gonna be in it. Or who's rumored to be in it. I wanna know. I wanna know.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm your host, Warren Thompson, and yesterday I did a video about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, about the Scarlet Witch killing somebody. I won't say who in case you're trying to avoid spoilers, but this got a lot of people asking me, well, who exactly is rumored to be in Multiverse of Madness? Because there are a ton of characters that have been reported on or rumored to be appearing in Multiverse of Madness. Now, the confirmed cast alone is enough to make an incredible movie, but if even a fraction of some of these characters who are rumored to appear in the movie are actually in it, it's going to be completely insane. And like I said before, the word that some of the cast members use to describe the movie is bonkers. And with the film supposedly being a type of horror film for the MCU and with Sam Raimi directing, we can definitely expect that. However, there are a lot of rumors suggesting that some original characters from the Fox universe will be joining us in the MCU in Multiverse of Madness, including some original X-Men, the original Fantastic Four, and many others that we'll be talking about in this video, including some variants of characters that we already have in the MCU. So let's talk about all of these characters, but first, if you're new, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. So first, let's just get out of the way all of the characters who are actually confirmed to be in this film. Of course, we have Doctor Strange himself, then we have Wong, Christine Palmer, Carl Mordo making his return, America Chavez making her MCU debut, the Scarlet Witch, and who we believe to be Strange Supreme. Right now it's unclear if this variant of
I'm most excited to see if that is him.
Is it the same one from the What If universe? It's unclear right now, but it does seem to be a type of variant of Strange Supreme that we'll be seeing. And then we have Gargantos. Now, Gargantos is being made to look like Gargantos. Apparently, according to some rumors going around, Marvel Studios may not have the rights to use Shumagorth, which is why they're using Gargantos, and basically making that character look like Shumagorth. And then, of course, there are some characters like Dr. West, who we really aren't going to focus on. Because the big excitement comes from those who are rumored to be in this film. And remember, it's the Multiverse of Madness. Anything is possible. And for starters, the Illuminati is rumored to be appearing in Multiverse of Madness, and the way they are said to appear makes a lot of sense. This is an Illuminati that is in charge of the multiverse, not just Earth. And with the Illuminati is kind of where we get the other groups that are rumored to be appearing, like the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, the Midnight Suns. Now, the original roster of the Illuminati in the comics is Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic, Professor Xavier, Namor the Submariner, Black Bolt from the Inhumans, and Doctor Strange. And it is possible that all of these characters could be in the film. Even Iron Man, and right now the big rumor is that Tom Cruise could be coming into the MCU to play Iron Man from a different universe. From those of you who aren't aware, we almost had a Tom Cruise Iron Man in the MCU instead of Robert Downey Jr. And this is the rumor of the variant characters in Multiverse of Madness, and this could possibly be one of the most exciting rumors that we've heard. There are characters, like I just mentioned, like Tom Cruise, who was almost Iron Man, and Emily Blunt, who was almost Black Widow. Same thing with her husband, John Krasinski. He actually auditioned to be Captain America. So rumor has it, there could be characters that show up, like Iron Man, Black Widow, characters that we've already seen, but they'll be played by these people who were almost them in the MCU. Almost like a real-life variant, a real-life different universe where they actually did get these roles and they did go on to become these characters. And I think this would be a really cool and a really clever idea from Marvel Studios. Then we have what could be the most exciting rumor so far, the rumor of original characters from the Fox universe returning. The biggest rumors for these are Professor Xavier and Wolverine, and to be specific, Patrick Stewart's Professor Xavier and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Now, there's something very important that I want to talk about right now in regards to Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman. As some of you may know, and I've mentioned this several times already in different videos, Patrick Stewart has already admitted that he met with Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige about his character being in the MCU. He stated this very outright in an interview, and by the end of the interview, he did say, "I'm not coming back because I said goodbye to that character." Hugh Jackman has said the same about Wolverine. In Logan, they both said goodbye to their characters because, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, they both die. Their characters died in the movie, and they said goodbye to them in that movie. Which makes perfect sense, but here's the thing. If they get brought into Multiverse of Madness, it could be in a way that doesn't undo their deaths. They could be taken from a different point in time.
Of course.
Or they could be variants of the characters still played by the original actors. And these are pretty big rumors backed by some pretty credible insiders. In fact, it almost seems like Professor Xavier showing up is a pretty sure thing. And I want to stress that just because they said they're not returning does not mean that they aren't. If we have learned anything over the past year, just because somebody says they're not in the movie, no matter how much they preach they are not in a film, that does not mean that they aren't in it. They're not just going to come out and say, yep, I'm in the movie.
Right.
That's never going to happen. So for those of you who keep saying, well, he said he's not going to return, that doesn't mean he's not going to return.
Yeah.
It's not a guarantee that he will, but it doesn't mean he will.
He said he's not coming back.
Most excited to see Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman return if they do in Multiverse of Madness. And a big rumor is that we might get Jessica Alba back as Sue Storm, aka the Invisible Woman. This would be completely insane, and I know a lot of people would freak out, especially if she's joined by Mr. Fantastic as well. Right now, the rumor is only for the Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic, but who knows? Maybe Chris Evans could show up as the Human Torch, because I think that would be pretty cool.
That.
And then, of course, you can't mention characters from the Fox franchise without mentioning the one and only Deadpool. Now, this would be a pretty cool way to bring Deadpool into the MCU. He kind of pops into Multiverse of Madness, realizes that it's a different universe, and kind of just runs off into the MCU and nobody catches him. He kind of just gets loose. If they're not going to do a Deadpool kills the Fox universe movie where he kills the entire Fox universe and makes his way into the MCU, I think this would be the best way to bring him in. It would be short, sweet, and pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Now, there have also been some rumors that we could be seeing Loki, Sylvie, and Mobius pop up in Multiverse of Madness. And this rumor just makes sense. Loki explored the multiverse. It literally taught us about the multiverse and variants. So it would make sense that they would show up in some way, shape, or form. Loki and Sylvie are technically responsible for creating the multiverse again. Multiple different timelines. So if they're questioning how the multiverse is going into madness, it would make sense that Loki and Sylvie would be in the picture. Now, Mobius is a part of the rumor as well. However, since he was kind of a different person by the end of the Loki series, whether he was a variant or his memory was erased, it doesn't seem like he knows much about Loki and Sylvie, so that's why I question whether or not he's going to join them if they are in it. Then we have the last group that is rumored to be making an appearance in Multiverse of Madness, and that is the Midnight Suns. And this group is honestly going to be so awesome in the MCU. Now, I think the biggest character rumored to be coming with the Midnight Suns is Ghost Rider. And I know a lot of fans are super excited to see Ghost Rider in the MCU. However, right now it's unclear if it's going to be a new Ghost Rider that is actually in the MCU or if it's going to be Nick Cage. I, for one, am totally for all of the original actors coming back to play different variants of their characters. Blade is also a part of the MCU, and yes, we are getting Mahershala Ali to play Blade in the MCU. However, there is a rumor that Wesley Snipes might come back. Now, this one I kind of question because of some of the past allegations against him. I wonder if Marvel Studios would really want to get involved with that in any way, shape, or form, but regardless, it is a rumor going around right now. Now, Moon Knight should be a part of the Midnight Suns when they enter the MCU, but he'll probably just debut in the Moon Knight series and not in Multiverse of Madness. And the last character, or I should say characters, rumored to show up is the one and only Spider-Man, including Spider-Man's variant, Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is rumored more than Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I think a lot of people are just saying that it would make sense that Tom Holland's Spider-Man would show up, considering everything that happened in No Way Home. But Doctor Strange doesn't remember Peter Parker, so it would make more sense that Tobey would be the one to show up. And honestly, I'm sure there's more characters rumored to show up in this movie, but these are the really, really big ones that have been talked about for a pretty long time. I personally know that some of these rumors are indeed true, and it looks like Multiverse of Madness is going to truly be a bonkers movie. But let me know what you think about all of these rumored characters, and let me know who you would like to show up
I'm happy.
most. Let me know.
I want them all in there. They can do it right. I want them all in there.
For live updates, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
I just want to be shocked and overloaded with all type of fan shit. All type of cool fan service. When fan service is done correctly, it's the best thing in the fucking world. And that's what I want. Proper fan service a whole bunch of callbacks and Easter eggs and drops and cameos and I want it all. You know what I'm saying? Marvel's been doing a good job for the most part with most of their stuff. So, and I tell you, man, it'd be hard to top Spider-Man No Way Home. But maybe they say, oh, is it going to be hard? We shall see, Magnus. They probably got something planned for us. They got to keep outdoing themselves. So, post comments down below. Let me know what you think. Follow the Cosmic Wonder. Tell them Tyrone Magnus sent you. And if you enjoyed my reaction to this news, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. 10 million subscribers.